Leak. Leak. An unintended flow of liquid or gas through a hole or crack in a container or surface. To allow liquid or gas to escape through a hole or crack in a container or surface. The roof has a leak and water is dripping onto the floor. The government is investigating the source of the leak of classified information. Legitimate. Legitimate. Conforming to the law or to the rules, lawful. Authentic, real, or genuine. The company was being investigated for not operating a legitimate business. The artist had legitimate talent and was recognized by many in the industry. Lick. Lick. To pass the tongue over something or someone. To beat or surpass someone. The kitten licked the milk from the bowl. She licked her opponent in the race. Liver. Liver. A large, reddish-brown organ in the upper right portion of the abdomen that performs many vital functions, including detoxification, synthesis of proteins, and storage of vitamins and minerals. A type of food made from the liver of various animals, often used in dishes such as pate and liverwurst. The doctor found a problem with my liver function tests and recommended further testing. The French delicacy foie gras is made from the liver of a specially fattened duck or goose. Magnify. Magnify. To make something appear larger, often using a magnifying glass or lens. To intensify or exaggerate something. She had to magnify the small print to be able to read it. The media tends to magnify minor issues and blow them out of proportion. Mammal. Mammal. A warm-blooded vertebrate animal of a class that is distinguished by the possession of hair, or fur, the secretion of milk by females for the nourishment of the young, and the birth of live young. A person who is overly protective of or dotes on someone or something. The elephant is a mammal that can live for up to 70 years. Mary is a mammal when it comes to her children. She is always worrying about them and making sure they are okay. Masterpiece. Masterpiece. A work of outstanding artistry, skill, or workmanship. The best piece of work of an artist or writer. The Mona Lisa is widely considered to be a masterpiece of the Renaissance era. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez is hailed as a literary masterpiece. Medieval. Medieval. Referring to the Middle Ages, specifically the period between the 5th and 15th centuries in European history. Characteristics or features that are associated with the Middle Ages, such as chivalry, castles, and feudalism. The medieval period in Europe is often romanticized in literature and movies, but it was also a time of widespread poverty, war, and disease. The fantasy novel was set in a fictional medieval kingdom with knights, dragons, and magic. Mercury. Mercury. A heavy silver-white metallic element that is a liquid at standard temperature and pressure. Quick or erratic movement or behavior. The old thermometer contained mercury, which is toxic. The athlete displayed a mercury-like quickness on the court. Mobile. Mobile. Capable of being moved or easily moved. Relating to mobile phones or other handheld electronic devices. The new hospital equipment is mobile and can be easily moved from room to room. I prefer to work on my mobile devices rather than a desktop computer because they are more convenient. Monopoly. Monopoly. Exclusive control of a commodity or service in a particular market. A board game in which players buy, trade, develop, and manage properties with the goal of earning the most money. The company had a monopoly on the production of this important drug, so they were able to charge exorbitant prices. Let's play Monopoly after dinner tonight. Multitude. Multitude. A large number of people or things. The common people, the masses. The concert was attended by a multitude of fans from all over the world. The political candidate promised to work for the betterment of the multitude, especially those who were struggling to make ends meet. Municipal. Municipal. Relating to a city or town and its governing body, pertaining to local government. The municipal authority is responsible for maintaining the city's parks and recreation facilities. The municipal elections are scheduled to take place next month. Nationality. Nationality. The legal relationship between a person and a nation-state. A shared identity or cultural heritage of people from a particular nation, often identified by a common language, history, or traditions. She has dual nationality, being both British and Canadian. His strong sense of nationality was evident in his pride for his country's art and literature. Negotiate. Negotiate. To discuss or bargain with someone in order to reach an agreement or settlement. To pass over, traverse, or overcome obstacles or difficulties. The two countries negotiated a trade agreement that would benefit both economies. The athlete had to negotiate several hurdles in order to win the race. Nightmare. Nightmare. A distressing dream that often wakes the dreamer. A deeply troubling or terrifying experience or problem. I had a nightmare last night and woke up in a cold sweat. The thought of losing my job is a nightmare for me. Obedient. Obedient. Willing to comply with the wishes or orders of someone in authority. Likely to do what one is told. The dog was very obedient and did everything his owner asked him to do. As a child, she was always obedient to her parents and never caused any trouble at school. Obscure. Obscure. That well-known, unfamiliar, or unclear. Dark, dim, or hard to understand. The author's early works are now considered obscure. The meaning of the poem was obscure and difficult to interpret. Odor. Odor. A scent or smell, especially one that is unpleasant. A quality that is perceived or sensed. The odor coming from the garbage bin was unbearable. The odor of fresh baked bread filled the bakery. Orchard. Orchard. A piece of land where fruit trees are grown for commercial purposes. A group of fruit trees, especially apple trees, planted together. The family owned a small orchard where they grew apples and peaches. Walking through the orchard in the fall, you can smell the sweet scent of fresh apples. Orientation. Orientation. A program or session designed to introduce someone to a new job or organization. The determination of one's position or direction in relation to the points of the compass or to some other known or assumed location. The company held a 2-day orientation for new employees. He had trouble with the orientation of the map and couldn't find his way back to the trailhead. Outfit. Outfit. Set of clothes worn together, especially for a particular occasion or purpose. A complete set of equipment, tools, or other items needed for a particular purpose. She wore a beautiful outfit to the party. The soldier was fully equipped with the latest outfit for his mission. Outlet. Outlet. Point where goods or products can be sold, especially directly to customers. A device that provides a place for plugging in electrical devices to connect to a power source. I got these shoes at the outlet mall for a discounted price. The hotel room had several outlets for charging our phones and laptops. Overlook. Overlook. Failed to notice something. Look down upon or forgive. The spelling mistake in your report was so obvious that I can't believe you overlooked it. I will overlook your mistake this time, but if it happens again, there will be consequences. Overtime. Overtime. Work done beyond regular working hours for which additional pay is received. In sports, the extra period of play added to decide a tied game. I worked overtime last night to complete the project. The basketball game went into overtime because the score was tied at the end of regulation time. Overwhelm. Overwhelm. To overcome completely in mind or feeling. To be too much to handle, overpower. I was overwhelmed with joy when I received the news of my promotion. The number of emails in my inbox was overwhelming. I didn't know where to start. Article. Article. A grammatical element that does not change its form and has a specific grammatical function in a sentence, such as indicating the relationship between words or indicating the topic of the sentence. A tiny piece or fragment of something. In the sentence, I went to the store with my friend. The word with is a particle that indicates the relationship between friend and I. There was so much dust in the air that even the particles were visible to the naked eye. Passionate. Passionate. Having or showing strong and intense feelings or beliefs, characterized by intense emotions or strong feelings of enthusiasm or excitement. The passionate love between Romeo and Juliet is the stuff of legend. The passionate speeches delivered by the politician roused the crowd to action. Pastime. Pastime. An activity done in one's leisure time for enjoyment or relaxation. A hobby or recreational activity. Reading books is my favorite pastime. Fishing is a popular pastime activity in my hometown.